Commander?
Thank you. Welcome to the Irondequoit American Legion Post 134's 87th Annual Memorial Day Parade. At this time, I would like to thank the town of Irondequoit for their cooperation and assistance to make this parade possible. And a special thank you to Joe Lamonaco, Production Director and 1180 WHA AM radio personality for Clear Channel Radio Rochester, for volunteering his time today as Master of Ceremonies. If you give Joe a nice hand. He does an excellent job. And thank you all for joining us in remembering and honoring our American warriors, ordinary men and women who have died in service to their country. From the American Revolutionary War that created our great nation to our current war against terrorism in Afghanistan, we honor the fallen. These brave men and women left the safety of their sovereign soil to defeat tyrants, ensure justice, and fulfill the promise of safety and security for all our citizens and the global community. It is for us, the living, to remember and honor those that gave their last full measure for God, liberty, and country. Last week, Post 134 Legion members, with assistance from members from the Irondequoit Scouting community, placed flags on 700 graves of the veterans at Irondequoit and Hooker cemeteries. Tomorrow, on Memorial Day, a day of remembrance, we will lower the flags at both the Town Hall and the Irondequoit Cemetery to half-staff to honor these fallen many. At that time, we will be flying 2 burial flags in honor of Robert R. Vore-Devies and Donald A. Hess, both United States Army veterans who have recently passed away. I invite you all to join us tomorrow at the Irondequoit Cemetery at 9 a.m. for our Memorial Day ceremony. And in closing, I ask that you also remember those who have not been accounted for, are missing in action. May they someday all return home. May God bless them all. May God bless America. And thank you.
Thank you, Commander. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Irondequoit Town Supervisor, Mr. Adam Bello.
Thank you, Joe. And thank you all. And thank you to the Post 134, and particularly Elmer Brown, George Van Epps, Alexander Johnson, Josie and Angelo, and all the men and women from the Post for their patriotism and service, and for their long-standing devotion in honoring those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our nation. For the past 85 years, Post 134 has been instrumental in planning the annual Irondequoit Memorial Day Parade, and I just think they've done a fantastic job. I've been coming here since I was a little boy, and I look forward to it every year. And you know, you may not know this, but upstate New York is the birthplace of Memorial Day, a day which is now celebrated from coast to coast every year on the final Monday of May. And Memorial Day is formerly known as Decoration Day and originated after the American Civil War to commemorate soldiers who died in service for their country. And today we extend that honor to all Americans who have died in military service. On Memorial Day, we close our schools, government offices, and many of our businesses, and we have parades and friends and family over for barbecues, and many of us enjoy a nice 3-day-long weekend. And in the modern digital age that we live in, and the hustle of our busy daily lives, sometimes it's too easy to lose sight of why we close our institutions and give ourselves this day off. I hope today's parade and tomorrow's services at the cemetery are a reminder to slow down, take a moment to reflect, and remember that this is a day when we memorialize and give special honor to those brave men and women who have died while serving the United States Armed Services. And to quote Randy Vader, he said, "Throughout America's history, men and women have answered the nation's call to protect and defend those rights and freedoms that we hold sacred. Some walk among us in battlefield dress, ready to board the next flight to stand in our stead in harm's way. Some walk among us unnoticed, but they carry the satisfaction of memories of victories won and the scars of friends lost. Some are not able to walk among us, for they bear the horrendous wounds of battle. Some are not able to walk among us, for they are fallen patriots who live on in the hearts of a grateful nation." Our flags will stand at half-staff this weekend to remember the more than 1 million men and women who gave their lives in service to their country. Here in Irondequoit, we are known for our parades and festivals, and events like today are a source of pride for us as a community. Enjoy today, enjoy your families, and please keep those who have gone before us in your hearts. God bless.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if we could please stand for the singing of our national anthem. Sarah Elizabeth Pilato, she's an Irondequoit native who's had a passion for music. She began studying violin at the age of 5 at the Hochstein School of Music and Dance, later studied vocal performance there, and continued studies at Marymount College of Fordham University and Roberts Wesleyan College. She's participated in numerous community theater productions, as was a cantor for her local parish for 15 years. To sing our national anthem, please welcome Sarah Elizabeth Pilato.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight are the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Sarah Elizabeth Pilato. Thank you so much. As we welcome Irondequoit Police Motorcycle Officer Robert Lewis, please stand and salute our flag as we welcome the Irondequoit American Legion Post 134. Guard Sergeant is Charles Foster. Stand and salute our flag, ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome the Greece American Legion Post 468. Guard Sergeant is George Dadson. Current Commander Vicki Ferris, and new Commander, starting in July, Ralph Viscuti. The Greece American Legion Post 468 are 2006 to 2013 New York State Color Guard champions. Also first place at the Nationals in 2009, taking second place in 2012. The Greece American Legion, Post 468. Riding behind them, also from the Greece American Legion, Post 468, are the Riders. Joe Weiser is their coordinator. The Greece American Legion, Post 468 Riders participate in events and ceremonies on behalf of their post and their country. The Riders from Greece American Legion, Post 468. Approaching our reviewing stand now, the first of our musical acts this afternoon. the East Irondequoit Lancer Marching Band. The Lancers Marching Band consists of students in grades 7 through 12. Band members are proud to represent the community of Irondequoit as they perform for you and throughout New York State. The Lancers have won 6 state championships. Commitment, pride, and excellence signify the goals that the Lancers strive for both on and off the field. The band is grateful for the tremendous support of the booster organization, the East Ridge Parents for Music, and the East Irondequoit Central School District. The 2014 Lancer Marching Band presents Mountain of Dragons by Stephen Renke, arranged by David Osier. Today, the group will perform a portion of that piece. To hear the entire production, come to their annual Rainbow of Stars Field Band Show on September 6th at East Ridge High School. The Lancer Marching Band staff includes Jeff Hoffman, Dave Savine, Ashley Wochak, Erica DiNatale, Francois Alchain, Jordan Champion, Katie Aldridge, and Cam Griffith. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the East Irondequoit Lancers Marching Band. Irondequoit Lancer Marching Band. See them perform again on September 6th this year at East Ridge High School. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, approaching our reviewing stand now are members of Honor Flight Rochester. Honor Flight flies veterans from our area to see their memorials in Washington, D.C. It is a free service for our veterans. Leading our Honor Flight contingent, escorted by our volunteers Norma Brown and Nicole Brown with the Honor Flight banner. Hey, and hi, Mom. Also with them, Donna Bislow and Dan Rieger. And the lone member of Boy Scout Troop 223. There are two. And a second member of Boy Scout Troop 233, from St. Kateri Tekakwitha Parish at Christ the King Church. Just passing us there in the Porsche Boxster, driven by his son Rick Matina, Honor Flight veteran Don Matina from Irondequoit Post 134. Approaching us now in the Mustang, driven by Jill Courts, World War II Honor Flight veteran Jack Foy. In a Corvette driven by owner Lee Zambito, World War II Honor Flight veteran and Irondequoit Post 134 member Bill Johnson. In the Silver 96 Corvette approaching our stand, driven by owner Jim Cimino, World War II Honor Flight veteran George Haynes. And in the Classic 62 Vet, driven by Chris McGee, World War II Honor Flight veteran Fred Prince. And a general has to arrive in a Corvette. Retired Major General Norbert Rappel in a black Corvette, driven by George Van Epps. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and salute our flag as we welcome the members of the Patchen Brig VFW Post 307, the Fusiliers. Guard Commander is Joe Bauman. Post Commander is Patrick Holmes. The Patchen Bridge VFW Post 307 Fusiliers are three-time Fort Erie Canadian champions. The post formed in 1942. The VFW Post 307 celebrates their 72nd year in 2014 as a Rochester post, carrying on the tradition of supporting community parades and civil and patriotic events throughout the year. Please welcome the members of the Warner Claudius Post, number 1013. Their commander is Dave Luffman. Coordinator, Bob Bayman. Ladies and gentlemen, stand and salute our flag as we welcome the members of the Korean War Veterans Association, Monroe County Chapter Number 1. Roger Hill is president. Fred Nicolazzo, marching unit commander. Korean War veterans served from 1950 to 1953. This is the oldest marching unit, marking the 60th anniversary of the ceasefire last year. Most Korean vets are over 80 years old. They're supported in the parade by members of Agape Black Belt Center with John Ra Master and the Korean community. Ladies and gentlemen, the members of the Korean War Veterans Association, Monroe County Chapter Number 1. Korean War Veterans Association, Monroe County Chapter Number 1. Ladies and and gentlemen, stand and salute our flag as we welcome the members of the Vietnam Veterans Chapter 20. Hank Wallace is Marching Unit Commander. The marching unit of the Vietnam Veterans of America Chapter 20 consists of veterans from all United States Armed Forces. Today, they proudly represent Chapter 20 and all those who have served our country. The chapter works actively for current and past military members with outreach services, support for individuals and families, and Veterans Court. We invite you to visit the Greater Rochester Vietnam Veterans Memorial, situated in Highland Park, a remembrance for those who gave their all for our country. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the members of Chapter 20 of the Vietnam Veterans. Hank Wallace, Marching Unit Commander. Thank you for your service. Vietnam Veterans, Chapter 20. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and salute our flag. That is being carried in by the Rochester Scottish Pipe Band. Glenn Watts is band manager. The Rochester Scottish Pipe Band is the longest running and continuous teaching pipe and drum band in the Northeast, established in 1924. They have recently marched in the War of 1812 bicentennial in Fort Erie. Drum major is Danny Emerson. Pipe major, Janice Blue. Their band manager, Glenn Watts. Please welcome the Rochester Scottish Pipe Band. Rochester Scottish Pipe Band. Please remain standing to salute our flag as it is brought to our reviewing stand by members of the Monroe County American Legion Color Guard, led by Sergeant Dave Matson. The Color Guard was formed approximately 25 years ago. The unit composed of American Legion members from posts throughout Monroe County. The Color Guard marches and participates in parades and events and ceremonies throughout the year, representing Monroe County's American Legion. The Color Guard is the 2012 and 2013 New York State American Legion champion at the county level competition. Give a wave to the Monroe County Sheriff's Mounted Unit, Dakota and Cass, and you can ask the horses which deputy is riding on top. Ladies and gentlemen, just passing a reviewing stand, members of the Irondequoit Police Honor Guard, led by Lieutenant Michael DiGiovanni. The unit was established in 2000. The Honor Guard marches in Albany on Law Enforcement Memorial Day in May. Yeah, he doesn't get an introduction.
You missed the scholarship. You got time to note something?
Yeah, we might, but they didn't stop.
No, they just kept zipping right through.
They just zipped right
Oh,
through.
wait a minute, they're way out of position.
I believe I see a pair of Morellis. New York State Assemblyman for the 136th District and Assembly Majority Leader Joseph Morelli and Junior Joseph Morelli, Monroe County 17th District Legislator. We've missed our Irondequoit Post 134 scholarship winners. They came through very fast in a Jeep. Eastridge High School scholarship winner Alexandria Smith, Irondequoit High School Emma Thiem, who'd like to thank her grandfather for his service and wonderful example he sets for his grandchildren. And from Bishop Kearney High School, Thomas H. Burt.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Your Honor, in a car this year, you look very nice in the back of a truck. Town Justice Joe Janier, pressing flesh at a distance, but still doing it. Our Town Justice Patrick Russey coming up with his family. Your Honor. What's it say on the side of the car? And it's always better with 3 judges in a row. So we'll welcome Joe Valentino and his family. Hey, who brought Rich Funky to the parade? That's Marcassini, I think.
Judge.
Approaching our reviewing stand right now, a rose between 2 thorns. Our Monroe County Executive Maggie Brooks. Along with candidate Rich Funky. I'm going to try to get this run right. Marcassini. Hey, I remember things from my old reporter days. Gentlemen and lady, welcome to our parade. Happy holiday to you. Hey, Rich.
Thank you.
How are you, madam? Yeah, right. We're all about fitness here.
Approaching our reviewing stand next, our Monroe County Clerk, Cheryl D'Onofrio. And behind her, we welcome our New York State Senator, Ted O'Brien, and his family. And our contingent of politicians have been escorted by our Rochester Border Patrol. The Rochester Border Patrol Station has existed since October of 2004, responsible for 54 linear miles of border on Lake Ontario. The Rochester Station of the Border Patrol performs duties within the Buffalo sector and is responsible to support the National Border Patrol Agency. The very loud guns approaching our reviewing stand belong to the Towpath Volunteers Fife and Drum Corps, proud to be performing in the Irondequoit Memorial Day Parade again this year. Known internationally for their excellence in performance and for its size, the Corps has become one of the premier fife and drum corps in the country and will host the World Fife and Drum Friendship Festival here in Macedon, New York in September of 2015. The group has performed in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade at Walt Disney, in Savannah, Georgia, and is a featured band at the Gasparilla Pirate Parade in Tampa, Florida. Drum major is Brenda Ridley. Fife Sergeant Kathy French, Drum Sergeant is Adam Chapin. We welcome the Towpath Volunteer Fife and Drum Corps of Macedon, New York. Now approaching the reviewing stand, the first of our fire departments in the town of Irondequoit, the Ridge Culver Fire District, celebrating their 93rd year of service to our community. Their chief is Scott Zampatori. Their captain is Timothy Kohlmeyer. Volunteerism is an integral part of fire service in our town, and volunteers are always in need. If you've got the drive and the will to serve, you can visit any of our fire halls and ask for information about volunteer recruitment classes, including our Ridge Culver Fire District. The hall is always open, or you can visit their website, joinrcfd.com, for online information about service to any of our fire companies. Following behind the members of the Ridge Culver Fire District are members of the Irondequoit Ambulance and Explorer Post. Tom Kirchhoff is their chief. The Irondequoit Ambulance was formed in 1982. Now over 32 years of community service, they responded to over 3,500 calls in our community last year. They provide advanced life support 24 hours a day, 365 days a year with 4 ambulances. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the members of the Irondequoit Ambulance and Explorer Post.
Thank you.
Approaching our reviewing stand now, the members of the West Irondequoit Marching Band. Their music director is Steven Zagelder, Casey Springstead, and Patty Welsh. The band made up of Irondequoit High School, Dake Junior High School students in grades 7 through 12. West Irondequoit Music Program has been recognized as a best community for music education in America 13 of the last 15 years. The comprehensive music program in West Irondequoit consists of over 40 performing ensembles district-wide. Please welcome the members of the West Irondequoit Marching Band. stand the members of the Laurelton Fire District. Tim Schoen is their chief, Charles Ingersoll, assistant chief. The Laurelton Fire Department proudly serving our community for 89 years, answering over 700 calls in the last year alone, protecting 4,000 homes in a 2-mile diameter. Laurelton employs 4 career firefighters, complementing a volunteer force of over 50 firefighters. Laurelton operates 3 main vehicles, which we have in our parade today. You can visit their website at laureltonfd.com for volunteer details, or stop by the firehouse. Well, it wouldn't be a parade without some clowning around. The Grease Paint Alley Clowns. Gene Federico is their business manager, a group established over 35 years ago in the Rochester area, dedicated to entertaining young and old forever and keep you smiling. A fixture of our Irondequoit Memorial Day Parade, the Grease Paint Alley Clowns.
Told me 6 and more than 6.
Never were kazoos more classy than when the Grease Paint Alley Clowns come in to entertain. Riding in the back of a red convertible is Lily Schneider, Little Miss New York. She won the title in March in Ocean City, New Jersey at the Tri-State Pageant. She's a 9-year-old, attends 4th grade at St. Kateri School. She'll be attending the National Pageant in Washington, D.C. during the week of July 4th. Excited to represent the town of Irondequoit during her year-long reign as Little Miss New York, United States. And will be appearing and available for appearances all year long. Hey, Lily. Welcome. Behind you, oh, you're just leading a gaggle of young people, aren't you? Our Irondequoit Little Leaguers. Brian Gardenier is their president. Pete LaPetra is vice president. Marcy Snyder, secretary. Jim Bruno, their sponsorship chairperson. The Irondequoit Little League was selected for a pilot program called the Williamsport Experience. They play 3 games in Little League stadiums. They offer baseball and softball programs, spring, summer, and fall, and this year is a special year for both the Irondequoit Little League and the Little League in general. Irondequoit Little League celebrating their 60th year, while Little League celebrating 75 years as an organization, bringing baseball and community involvement to communities all across our country. Look for them on fields in your neighborhood all summer long. Ladies and gentlemen, approaching our reviewing stand now, members of the Webster Marching Band, 2013 New York State Large School Division II bronze medalist. Brian Wilt is their music director, assisted by Chris Carasillo. The Webster Marching Band was formed in 1983 as the Yellow Sweater Band, but shortly after their inception, the program changed its name to the Webster High School Marching Band, and by 1987, the band rose to a second-place finish at its division in the New York Field Band Championships. A few years later, the band had won its first of 2 New York State titles. The program has placed consistently in the top 15 of New York State field band conferences since its beginning. Under the direction of Brian Wilt and Chris Carasillo, please welcome the members of the Webster Marching Band. salute our flag as it is brought past our reviewing stand by the members of the St. Paul Fire District. Their chief is William Derland, Assistant Chief Stuart Bell. The St. Paul Fire District would like to give a special thank to their veterans in active service in the district, 6 from the United States Air Force, 6 from the Navy, 17 United States Army veterans, and 3 Marines. The St. Paul Fire District celebrating its 90th year of service in our community. What's up, Berkey? As with all of our fire districts in our town, the St. Paul Fire District also relies on volunteerism. You can find out more about how you can become a member just by stopping into the fire hall or by checking out Join. Doggone, I forgot the website. Please stand and salute our flag as it is brought to our reviewing stand by members of the Bay Waters District Seneca Waterways Council, Boy Scouts of America. Their director is James Hinman. There are lots of opportunities for local troops and packs of boys to experience great outdoor adventures, camping and survival skills, learn the meaning of citizenship, develop leadership skills, and take advantage of all that scouting can offer for tomorrow's men. You can call Brett Miller at 241-8530 for information on joining scouting in our community. The Bay Waters District Seneca Waterways Council and Boy Scouts of America is for young men from Irondequoit ages 7 to 18 participating in Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, and the Sea Scout program. And the members of the Sea Scouts program. Now approaching our reviewing stand are the members of the Gates Keystone Club, Police, Pipes, and Drums. Dave Staub is their business manager. The Gates Keystone Club, Police, Pipes, and Drums is a police, fire, EMS, and civilian pipe band formed in 1998 by 6 members of the Gates Police Department and is sponsored by the Gates Police Union. The band was founded for the purposes of honoring our fallen brothers and sisters and to participate in official ceremonial events. The band travels throughout upstate New York and the Northeast region, performing at funerals, parades, and other special events. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and salute our flag. It is brought to our reviewing stand by the members of the Gates Keystone Club, Police, Pipe, and Drum. gentlemen, if you continue to stand, salute our flag. And this is brought to our reviewing stand by the members of the Point Pleasant Fire District. Their chief is John Culotti, Deputy Chief Jeff Champion. The Point Pleasant Fire District is in its 99th year of service to our community. The Point Pleasant Fire District will have its 100th anniversary when they join us for our parade next year. Again, as part of a volunteer base of fire service, they do rely on volunteers to serve our town and our communities. You can always stop by the Point Pleasant Fire District for information on volunteer opportunities. Sportsmanship, fair play, and the love of football. Please welcome to our reviewing stand the Irondequoit Vikings youth football and cheerleaders. The Irondequoit Vikings youth football and cheerleaders celebrating its 51st year as an organization. Their mission to inspire participants the ideals of sportsmanship, scholarship, physical fitness, regardless of race, color, gender, or creed, for the betterment of our Irondequoit community. Following our Vikings youth football, the members of our Girl Scouts, Irondequoit Service Unit, Julie Brubaker is Service Unit Manager. There are more than 450 Girl Scouts in the town of Irondequoit. Scouting builds girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. All Irondequoit girls are invited to join. Hi, Trey. Many of them wearing orange today in support of Avery. You've probably seen those ribbons around trees in our town. And our Girl Scouts in support. Thank you, ladies. If it's sparkly and delightful, that must mean it's Dancing with Denise. Denise Baller is their manager. 75 students from Dancing with Denise trained to perform and host the Russian Ballet's Great Russian Nutcracker. Dancing with Denise, known for teaching children from Irondequoit and surrounding areas for nearly 30 years. Having fun is their philosophy when you're dancing with Denise.
The smiles are all aglow. Oh, what a night. Smiles all aglow.
Ladies and gentlemen, stand and salute our flag as it is presented at our reviewing stand by the Sea Breeze Fire District, our town's oldest fire company. In existence since 1908, celebrating 106 years of service. Their chief is David DeRoller, Assistant Chief Mark Champion. This is our fire district that remains 100% volunteer. The Sea Breeze Fire Districts. Following our Seabreeze Fire Company, please give a warm round of applause for the parade volunteers from American Legion Post 134. These are the people who put this on every year, who start planning tomorrow for next year's parade. Post volunteers Daniel O'Connor, Alex Johnson, Tom McGrain, Joe LaLoggia, and Peter Fantagrossi. And from the town of Irondequoit, Courtney Manuzik and Jeannie Raymond. Our post volunteers, our town volunteers who worked so hard for the last year to put this parade on for us. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And to conclude our parade today, big band, jazz, and New Orleans style music done their way. They've played in New Orleans for Mardi Gras from 2010 to this year. They've won Best Marching Band for the Tux Parade at Mardi Gras, New Orleans. They played at the World War II Memorial in Washington, D.C. They're a two-time DCA Brass Ensemble World Champion, won many awards from New York City to West Virginia and throughout Canada. Their music director is Chris Castellian. Please welcome Prime Time Brass.
Thank you, everybody. We love being here in Irondequoit. This is essentially our hometown. We travel all around the country, but we don't love anything better than we love being right here in Irondequoit. Are there any veterans in the audience? Raise your hand, Homer. You're a veteran. We want to play a medley of the service theme, the branches theme songs, arranged by Irondequoit's own Chris Castellan. And we're proud of this song. We played all around the country. We played for the Honor Flight benefit concerts. This band right here has run benefit concerts the last 4 years. We've raised enough money for over 100 veterans to go on Honor Flight. And this year, we did a little commando tactic and we drove down to Washington and we played for the Rochester Honor Flight veterans as they got off the bus, right there in Washington, D.C. As we play your branches theme song, we want you to stand up or salute or wave your hand. If you're too shy to stand up, the person next to you, raise your hand for us. And also, if you have a family member or a loved one serving this great nation anywhere around the world right now, we want you to stand up and be recognized when we get to your heroes theme song as well. With the roll-off service theme. Band 10. Thank you, Billy. We have time for one more song. And since you guys mentioned New Orleans, we want to play a New Orleans song for you guys. Is that okay? You guys want to hear a New Orleans song? Burger Street. We'll play Burger Street. This song was made famous by a certain street. If I tell you the name of the street, you're going to know the whole thing. I don't want to give it away. We're going to start out with the Irondequoit's own Bill McGrath. Here we go. Take it, Bill. Burger Street.
Primetime Brass. Thank you, Primetime Brass. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to our volunteers. And for all of you along our parade route, that concludes our Memorial Day Parade. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you. There was a thing. It was a thing here. I go, that's all my niece.
Thank you. Good job, guys.
Gary. Oh, you look wonderful. Very handsome. Yes. It was a great parade, yes. Both of you. Bye. See you Friday night.